Friends, it was morning time. Children, wearing their clean uniforms, were laughing and running toward their classrooms. But a little away from that crowd, near the roadside, a thin boy in torn clothes was bent over with a big sack. He was picking plastic from trash bins. His name was Arav, 13 years old, but his face carried the burden of 25 years of helplessness. His hair was filled with dust. His hands had scratches, but there was a strange sparkle in his eyes, the same sparkle that hides inside the mind of a genius. Child, every morning, Arav smiled while watching the crowd of school children. He loved school, but poverty had snatched away his right to education. He stood at a distance, peeking inside the school windows, as if he were looking into another world. Today the class had a math period. Professor Shekawat entered the classroom, the strictest and most intelligent teacher in the city, about whom it was said that he never taught anything wrong, not even by mistake. The class became completely silent. Vivek sir said, "Today, I am going to give you the most difficult question in the world." All the students were shocked. Raghav, the class topper, sat proudly, tilting his neck. He was confident that he could solve anything. Vivek sir began writing a very long and complicated equation on the blackboard. The students kept staring. Lines, integrals, roots, fractions. Such a question that even many college students had never seen before. Arav, who was picking garbage outside, watched every symbol forming on the board through the window. His breath stopped. For him, this question was like a treasure. Vivek sir put the chalk down and said in a deep voice, "This is the most difficult question in the world. Whoever solves it, their name will be written in golden letters in this school's history." The class became restless. All the students pulled out their pens and notebooks and started trying intensely. Raghav filled an entire page with formulas. Mithila tried to take out a calculator, but the teacher scolded her. Even the air in the classroom felt heavy. 20 minutes passed. The teacher checked notebooks one by one. Mistakes everywhere. He said, "Don't rush. Copy this question in your notebooks. Whoever solves it by tomorrow, I will give a reward." The bell rang. The students ran out with their notebooks. Worry was visible on every face. How would this question be solved? School was over. Children walked out through the gate, swinging their bags. But outside there was one child who wasn't going anywhere. Arav. He wasn't looking at the children. He was staring at the blackboard. When the last child left, Arav slowly moved closer to the window. He bent forward and carefully looked at the entire question. Every symbol, every number, every pattern, he scanned it all into his small mind. Arav whispered to himself, "This is difficult, but not impossible." He picked up his sack and ran fast toward his slum.
Arav's hut was in the last row of the slums. A broken door, a leaking roof, inside a clay stove and a broken cot. His mother had gone out for labor work. Arav went straight to the bathroom, whose walls were already filled with old equations. Using charcoal, he carefully wrote the school's question on the wall. The wall turned completely black, but the light in Arav's eyes grew brighter. He sat for hours. First one wrong path, then another wrong path, then a third one. But suddenly, a faint smile appeared on his face. He saw the pattern. His fingers began to dance on the wall. Symbols, numbers, logic, everything started falling into place. 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Finally, he stood up and smiled. It was done. He had found the absolutely correct solution to the world's most difficult question. A child who had never even gone to school. The next day, no child had reached school yet. Even the guard at the gate was dozing. Seeing the opportunity, Arav climbed over the wall and entered. He reached the classroom, wiped the board clean, and in his own unique style, wrote the solution step by step. The entire board filled with equations, a solution that could shock even a college professor. He didn't write his name, nothing at all. He quickly left and went back to his usual spot outside the school, picking garbage. At 9 a.m. the class began. All the children rushed inside. But as soon as the teacher entered, he froze. His eyes widened. His breath stopped. The difficult question from yesterday was completely solved on the board. The teacher slowly stepped forward. Every step, every logic, every calculation, absolutely perfect. He said loudly, "Who did this?" The entire classroom was silent, no voice. Raghav stood up and said, "Sir, we didn't do this," the teacher shouted. "Whoever has done this, come forward. You have made the impossible possible." But no one stood up. No one spoke. All the students were stunned. Who was this genius? The teacher's voice grew heavier. "If you come forward, I will reward you and honor you in front of the entire school." Still, no one came. The classroom remained silent. This was not just surprise, this was history. Looking at the perfect solution, astonishment and curiosity both appeared on teacher Shekhawat's face. But when no one came forward to accept it, a strange restlessness arose in his heart. He kept staring at the blackboard, as if it were a dream. The question was extremely difficult, and the solution was of a professor's level. The teacher took a deep breath and turned to the students. "All right, if no one wants to come forward, I'll give you another question." The class stirred. The students were truly scared now. The teacher's face was more serious than before. He picked up the chalk. Crooked symbols began appearing on the blackboard. Numbers, signs, infinity symbols, complex variables, so difficult that the students could only stare. When he finished writing the question, he put the chalk down and said,